It was an ordinary evening when I went to bed with my husband, Jonathan. Just like any other night. Our lives had been intertwined for years. Our shared memories, our routines, our pets, particularly our golden retriever, Max. Max was more than a pet. He was family. He was the one who comforted me after long days, the one who slept next to me when I couldn't sleep, the one who followed me everywhere. But that night, everything changed. Around 2 a.m., I was jolted awake by the sound of Max's frantic scratching at the door. I could hear his claws tapping against the wood. It was unusual for him to be up at that hour, especially when Jonathan and I had long since gone to bed. I got out of bed, expecting to calm him down, maybe let him outside, but as I opened the door, I found something far more shocking. Max was standing at the edge of the living room, looking directly at me, then at the door. He had a strange intensity in his eyes, almost as if he was trying to get me to follow him. I was confused, but something in his gaze made me do just that. He led me down the hall to the back door, the one that Jonathan always locked before bed. But tonight, it was ajar. I felt a cold shiver run down my spine as Max pushed the door open further and stepped outside. Hesitant, but compelled, I followed him into the yard. He led me toward the tool shed at the far end of the property, a place I never paid attention to unless I needed to grab a rake or shovel. But tonight, it felt like it was calling me. When Max stopped in front of the door, I hesitated. What was I about to find? I opened the door, and what I saw in the dim light of the moon left me speechless. There, in the small shed, was Jonathan, his arms wrapped around another woman. For a moment, I felt like time had frozen. The anger and disbelief hit me all at once. Max, sensing my distress, whimpered softly, and I could only stare in shock. My husband, the man I had trusted for years, was in this intimate moment with someone else. The betrayal was too much to comprehend, and yet it was undeniable. In that moment, I understood something I had never fully grasped before. Infidelity doesn't just shatter trust, it breaks something deeper, something you don't even know is there until it's gone. The secrets they keep, the lies they weave, and the emotional scars left behind are so much more complex than I had imagined. I didn't confront them immediately. Instead, I walked back into the house in a daze, my mind racing with the weight of it all. Max stayed by my side, his presence comforting yet bittersweet. It was clear he had been trying to tell me something, maybe even protect me. The complexity of emotions I felt was overwhelming. I wanted to scream, to cry, to run away, but instead I just stood there, trying to piece together the truth. The next morning, Jonathan acted as if nothing had happened, but the silence between us spoke louder than any words could. I was left to confront not only his betrayal, but also my own feelings. Love, hurt, confusion, anger. The emotional attachment I once felt seemed like it was with a different person altogether, someone I didn't recognize anymore. Our relationship was never the same after that night. We tried to rebuild, but the foundation of trust had crumbled, leaving us with pieces of a life we once thought we could never lose. And through it all, Max, the dog who had seen it all, was my only constant. Infidelity often strikes at the core of a relationship, challenging its very foundation, trust. Trust is considered the bedrock of any meaningful connection, the invisible thread that ties partners together through the ups and downs of life. When that trust is broken, it can feel as if the entire relationship has been shattered, leaving behind a fragile and disoriented sense of what once was. The emotional impact of betrayal is profound and multifaceted, with a ripple effect that spreads beyond just the couple. For the person who discovers the infidelity, feelings of confusion, hurt, and anger arise as they try to make sense of the betrayal. Questions like, how could they do this? Or did I not matter enough? Flood the mind, making it difficult to grasp the depth of the emotional wound. The person who has been betrayed may experience lingering doubts, second-guessing every interaction and questioning whether the love and commitment they thought they had were ever truly genuine. Rebuilding trust after infidelity requires both time and emotional labor from both partners, and even then, it's never guaranteed that the relationship will return to what it once was. The pain of betrayal can change the dynamics of a relationship permanently, leaving both individuals to navigate a new and uncertain emotional landscape. Secrets and hidden lives are often at the heart of infidelity. In many cases, the person who cheats maintains a double life, one that is carefully concealed from their partner. This duplicity can span various aspects of their lives, from seemingly innocent conversations to secret meetings and even physical encounters. The lies told to cover up their actions often begin small and insignificant, but gradually escalate as the betrayal deepens. The cheater becomes increasingly skilled at hiding their true emotions, actions, and whereabouts, creating a complex web of deception that can be difficult to unravel. For the person being deceived, this hidden life can feel like an emotional betrayal in itself, as they realize that their partner has been withholding essential truths from them for some time. The impact of living with secrets is profound. The person who is unaware of the infidelity may have a sense of unease or a nagging feeling that something is amiss, but they might not be able to pinpoint the cause. This creates an emotional strain that can erode the connection between the couple even before the truth comes to light. Once the secrets are exposed, the discovery of the hidden life becomes a devastating revelation. It forces the betrayed person to confront not only the infidelity itself, but also the realization that their partner had been hiding crucial aspects of their emotional and personal world. This breach of trust goes beyond just the physical act of cheating. It cuts deep into the emotional bond, leaving the betrayed partner questioning the authenticity of their entire relationship. The emotions that come with uncovering hidden lives, betrayal, confusion, and heartbreak are far-reaching, complicating the healing process and making it difficult for the couple to recover. The impact of emotional attachment in relationships is significant, especially when infidelity comes into play. Emotional attachment is what binds two people beyond mere physical attraction or shared experiences. It is the deep-seated connection that forms the foundation of trust, comfort, and understanding. When infidelity is discovered, the very core of that emotional attachment is challenged. It creates an intense internal conflict for the person who has been betrayed. The discovery forces them to confront the painful truth that the partner they trusted and shared intimate moments with had not only lied, but had also emotionally invested in someone else. This breach can feel like a deep wound, one that cuts through the love and memories they once held dear. For many, emotional attachment is what makes infidelity especially devastating. It's not just about the violation of trust. It's about the feeling that the person they loved and built a life with was capable of such deception. The pain is not only a reaction to the betrayal itself, but also the realization that their emotional bond may have been altered irreparably. In some cases, the betrayed partner may even begin to question their own emotional capacity and whether they had misjudged the relationship. The emotional attachment that once felt unshakable now feels fragile and uncertain. The sense of loss goes beyond the person who cheated. It extends to the dreams, plans, and future that were once envisioned together. The emotional complexities in such situations are often overwhelming. A person may find themselves torn between their love for their partner and the overwhelming grief and betrayal they feel. Rebuilding this emotional connection can take time, as the emotional wounds are deep and not easily healed. The attachment that once seemed unbreakable may be forever changed, requiring both partners to reevaluate their feelings and what they truly want from the relationship moving forward. The emotions that arise from infidelity are often tangled and complex, creating an emotional roller coaster for both partners involved. When someone discovers their partner's betrayal, it is not a single emotion that takes over, but a mixture of feelings: anger, hurt, confusion, and disbelief. The intensity of these emotions can be overwhelming, and the person who has been cheated on may find themselves experiencing them in waves. One moment they may feel profound sorrow, and the next they may be consumed by rage. It's not uncommon for them to feel an internal battle between the urge to confront their partner and the desire to shut down emotionally, unable to process the gravity of what they've just learned. The emotional turbulence can leave them feeling lost, as the certainty of the relationship they thought they knew crumbles before them. On the other hand, the partner who cheated also experiences a complex emotional struggle. Many may feel guilt, shame, or regret for their actions, yet they may also feel trapped by the consequences of their own choices. These conflicting emotions make it difficult for them to reconcile their behavior with the love they claim to feel for their partner. The guilt they feel often clashes with the rationalizations they've used to justify their actions, creating a storm of internal conflict. They may try to apologize and explain themselves, but their emotional turmoil can cloud their communication, leaving their partner confused about whether the apology is genuine or just an attempt to absolve themselves of guilt. The aftermath of infidelity often leaves both individuals in an emotional fog, unsure of how to move forward. The emotional pain of betrayal doesn't just vanish after the confrontation. The person who has been betrayed may continue to struggle with lingering feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt, questioning their own worth. Both partners may find themselves questioning the future of their relationship, unsure of whether they can ever recover from the breach of trust and the emotional wounds inflicted.